Yes, I know.
All right. Good evening, everyone. This is it is 6:09 p.m. on September 6th, and we are calling the Norwalk Fair Rent Commission September meeting to order. With us are Commissioners Peter Halliday and Munice Constant joining by phone, and Commissioner Vice Chair Frank Collier Clemens, and I'm the chair of the Fair Rent Commission. With us also are our Fair Rent Coordinator Carlos Duque, Attorney Russell Liskoff, and Anna Vivian Estrella. So thanks everybody for joining. We're going to first review the minutes of last month's meeting. Has everybody had a chance to review the minutes? Or take a look at the minutes? If not, I believe I have them here and I can present them. Let me know if you can see it. A couple of quick changes to the minutes. This is Fran, not Farn. This is Attorney Liskov, not Liskow.
You think they know us well enough by now to get them right?
Those should be corrected throughout if that appears anywhere else, which I already see it does. Are there any corrections to the first page or second page, I guess, that anyone else wants to make? Any changes on page 3? Any changes on page 4? Great. Hearing no additional changes, does anyone want to make a motion?
Make a motion to accept.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion passes unanimously. Great. I will now just stop sharing for a moment and we will share the agenda and we'll move on to the next item on the agenda. Give me a minute. Great. And the next item is the chair's report. I just want to touch briefly, and we're going to discuss it when we get to new cases, but I want to touch briefly on, the reason for having the hearing at 6 o'clock tonight. I appreciate the commissioners who were able to join early. Typically when we have hearings, we schedule our hearings for 6 p.m. We were scheduled to have a hearing tonight. The reason we schedule it so much earlier than our normal meeting is that hearings tend to, or at least in our historical experience, have often lasted quite a bit longer. And we thought that if we got an earlier start, it wouldn't have the commissioners staying quite so late. So we typically try to start meetings when we have a hearing at 6 p.m., understanding that it may take a couple of hours to complete the hearing. We did have a hearing scheduled for tonight. The hearing scheduled for tonight was postponed due to what can only be described as a comedy of miscommunication. And but that's okay, and we will potentially reschedule the hearing for another time, but we also now have people contacted at the landlord who hopefully we will be able to enter into mediation with. So that's good that we now have a name and a number to contact people at the landlord. So as I said, I appreciate everyone joining tonight. I appreciate all the efforts that the staff put into preparing for the hearing. Even though we didn't end up having one, I think that'll pay off for future hearings that we do have, whether it's this case or future cases. And with that, I will turn it over to our Fair Rent coordinator, Carlos. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Hope everyone's staying cool. Pretty hot out there today. I stepped out for lunch and I was like, whoa, I need to get food and get back in real quickly. Well, with that being said, the summer months, as I mentioned previously, it's usually a time where landlords tend to do a lot of these renewals. And with lease renewals and rental increases comes a lot of foot traffic. So I've been very busy over the last 2 months or so throughout the summer, as you can see by the amount of fair rent complaints that I've received. And I've tried to explain both to tenants and landlords what their rights are and also landlord's responsibilities way before I even advised any resident or any tenant to pursue action via the Fair Rent Commission. I lay it all on the table for them and I tell them these are your rights, these are your responsibilities, and this is what's in front of you. Also, this might be the consequences, and they'll take the best decision that applies to them, and they'll file a complaint if they have to, or they'll just try to negotiate with the landlord. As far as numbers, I don't have any numbers today. I was pretty busy the last few weeks trying to prepare for the hearing, trying to get in contact with this landlord who finally got in touch with us today. As they're putting all this work to the hearing, then they postponed it, but like the chair said, it only prepares better for the next hearing if it ever happens next month. I was going to talk about the brunch, the Fair Rent Commission brunch, but I'm going to leave that. I put it under tab number 7, which is old business. So I'll touch up on the brunch after we review the cases. And that's as far as I have for my report.
Thank you, Carlos. And I will turn it over to Attorney Liskoff for the review, discussion, and motions on open cases. And I believe I have a list of the open cases here as well. Oh, I have it. Hold on, where is it? That's just the agenda. The packet's down here. Can you see it? I'm not sharing.
I can see it. Thank you very much. So this is the one. This one is 1821-2347 Lexington Avenue. It was a basement unit matter. There was this is the one that's been hanging around the longest. They have a stipulated agreement that the execution will last till 10/27/23. Since they have an agreement, it's a full court judgment. It is our recommendation that we close this case.
Do I hear a motion?
Motion to accept.
Thank you, Peter. That's Peter Halliday making the motion. Any seconds?
I second.
Fran, call your Clemens second.
I got Looney seconding first, Fran. Sorry. All right. Any discussion on this case?
That's good.
It's good. All in favor?
I can't read the bottom of my screen. What is
aye.
the staff recommending?
Sorry, the staff is recommending that we vote to close the case. That there was a agreement between the two parties. Russell, correct me if I'm summarizing this wrong.
Can't hear everybody. It's cracking up.
Can you hear us now, Fran?
Okay. Yes, I can. Thank you.
So Russell, if I'm understanding
I don't
correctly,
have,
this
I
is,
don't have any discussion because it looks like they went through the whole process and they had
Yep.
the trial, they had the trial, I guess, and since they've agreed,
Correct. There's a full court judgment, non-appealable court judgment, and there's nothing really left for us to do. So that's why we're recommending we close the case.
all right. So all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And you're on mute. Fran, I'd like to hear your voice say aye. Or nay, if you want to say nay. Any opposed? Any abstention?
I,
Fran's an aye. Great. Oh, that's unanimous. Case is closed.
Okay.
Thank
The
you.
next one is 1824-23 One Glover Avenue, apartment 503. Rent increase from 2570 to 3015. This is the one that we're going to hear the case tonight. But since we postponed it, if we could take no action on it tonight, that would be appropriate. And I'll mediate it for the next meeting. So we recommend that you take no action.
Do I hear a motion?
I move to take no action, Fran Collier Clemens.
Thank you, Fran. Any seconds?
Commissioner Halliday, second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
I,
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Any abstention? I heard you all say aye, so I know the answer to those questions. Great. Motion passes unanimously. Carlos, and Russell, can you connect with me after the meeting and we can talk about when and whether to schedule the next hearing?
Absolutely.
That? Great.
Yes.
Thank you.
The next matter is 1825-23 515 West Avenue, apartment 339. They're requesting rent of $26.60 a month to $28.79. The tenant opted to move to find better accommodations for themselves. They didn't want to stay with the landlord anymore. So the tenant moved out and signed a withdrawal of this complaint. So we recommend that we close the case.
Can I hear a motion?
Motion to accept.
Close. Peter, motion to close?
Yes.
All right, we have a motion to close the case. Do I have a second?
I second.
Second from Lenise Constant. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
I,
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, motion passes unanimously.
Okay, the next matter is 1829-23 41 Wolf Pit Ave, apartment 5K. New property manager wanted to increase the rent from $19.95 to $22.40. They've actually entered into a new lease. The lease has been signed and the complaint withdrawal form was filed. So we recommend that the commission vote to close the case.
Sorry. That was 29-23.
Correct.
Do I have a motion?
Motion to accept.
Peter, I hate to be pedantic, but I just want to make sure we get it right. Since these are votes to close the case. I want to make sure that we're motioning to close it, not motioning to accept the case.
Okay, I'm sorry. Motion to close.
Thank you. That's Peter Halliday.
I'm sorry.
Second. Do we have a second?
I second.
Second from Lenny's Constant. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? All right, motion passes unanimously.
The next case is 1830-23, 32 Haviland Street, apartment 310. The landlord wants an increase from $23.50 to $28.50 a month. Complaint came in a little bit after the 4th of July. We've been working on it. They've tentatively agreed to a 6-month lease, pending a move-out clause. We're waiting for the landlord to put the lease, to get the words right on the lease. So we would ask at this time that you vote to take no action on the matter. I think next month, the case will probably be vote to close it, but this month we take no action on it. It's been pretty quick. We've had 2 holidays. We had 4th of July, and then we had Labor Day, and we're real close to having this case go away. So we recommend that you take no action at this meeting.
We have a motion.
Motion to take no action.
That's from Peter Halliday. So we have a second.
Second.
Second from Lenny's Constant. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Great, motion passes. We will go to the next one.
The next one is 1831-23, 8 Union Avenue, apartment B3. The landlord would like to increase the rent from $950 to $1,500 a month. The complaint was filed July 20th, 23. We've been playing telephone tag with the landlord. We've had good communication with the tenant. We actually left another message for the landlord today, and it just didn't, we're kind of like ships that pass in the night, but it's kind of it's still early. I think we'll have something next month, and if we would recommend you take no action on the matter this month, and hopefully next month we'll have hopefully a new lease in place.
Motion,
Motion to take no action.
do I hear a second? There are only 4 of us, so it's got to come from Lunice or Fran.
Fran is on mute again.
Oh, what did I say?
Second.
I'm really having a bad connection. I'm hearing like every other word, and so
Okay.
Would you like
we
me
have-
to?
Chair,
I'm
Chair,
sorry.
if I may say something,
Yeah.
please. Because you're going down the list, and then I was trying to follow, and when I
skip
scanned the
one.
documents, there was a mistake made.
I'll skip
When
it. I see that. It's a reverse
When I-
order.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but not all the cases are listed. So when I printed the document, it printed double-sided. When I scanned it in the packet, it only scanned one side. So there's a
Ah.
bunch of cases missing. And actually, when you were reading 1825 and it jumps to the following page, the ending of case 1825, when you read it,
Oh, that's
it
a
was
different case.
actually, it was actually the end part of case 1828. I just reprinted it, and if I could just scan it and email it back to you so we could try to go down the list again.
Get it
And my
correctly. Yeah.
apologies.
No worries. Let's get that right.
Okay, that should take me no more than 2 minutes.
Thanks.
Sorry, I'm glad he caught that because I can't distinguish based on a number. It's,
I
Absolutely.
tell you, technology is tough.
it's a blessing and a curse all at the same time.
Yeah, I mean,
So
you have
this one-
to, you're trying to save paper and then you realize you can't zoom it.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is probably his default on his printer is to do two-side printing. And then you have to realize that it's default printing. And then when you scan it, you have to hit the right button to make two-side to two-side to be able to, you know, you have to kind of trick the machine to do what you want it to do. So it's not
So
easy
The
all the time.
machine says, I will not be tricked today.
Yeah.
Since we have this entire 1831-23, so we have a motion to take no action on it. Can we have a second on that motion? We can continue this one and then go back and catch any of the ones we missed. I just need a second on this.
Miss Frank, we get it.
Second.
I'll second Fran.
Any discussion on this one? All right. All in favor of the vote to take no action on 1831-23?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Good, motion passes. That's 1831-23. We are going to go back to 1825-23. First, I'll wait for Carlos to.
I just sent you the email.
Great.
Sorry, there seems to be feedback. Can everyone mute?
Carlos, what I'm seeing you sent. Oh, that's Peter's phone. Carlos, what I'm seeing you sent is the same as before, I think.
I just labeled it different. It says
There's still feedback.
capital letters. The file should be the PDF labeled updated FRC packet.
Hold on one second. Peter, are you on speakerphone?
I'm just on my regular phone.
Okay.
Yeah, I
I think we're
don't,
just gonna
I
have to
don't
put up
have,
with the echo then.
I don't have speakerphone.
I think we're gonna have to put up with the echo then, because it's coming through your phone. There's not a way to mute that. Carlos, the updated packet that you sent, I'm still seeing it skip from 1825-23 to 1829-23.
so it's gotta be the scanner then. Why,
Yeah,
why is
yeah,
it doing
yeah.
that?
Yeah, when you scan it in, you have to make it a two-sided scan as opposed to a one-sided scan.
Wait a minute. Why is it doing that? Yeah, it's jumping. Hmm. I'm gonna scan it again.
Yeah, two-sided to two-sided.
Hello? Oh.
Peter, we're just waiting for Carlos to scan the updated documents so we have all the right information.
Okay, because I thought it was, it was like dead air. Okay, all right.
Shouldn't take too much longer. We're moving along pretty well. How's it looking, Carlos?
Good. Just about to send it right now.
Beautiful.
Okay, just resent it. I just verified it. It all flows in order. 1825, 1826, and so on.
All right. We had a motion to close case 1825-23, but looking at the record, it looks like that is an inaccurate
Correct.
recommendation from the staff. So how do we undo the motion that we previously did?
So would someone make a motion to rescind what was the closing of the case on that?
Motion to rescind.
I have a second.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Now I'll need a new motion, unless, actually, Russell, why don't you go through this again? since we didn't get
I
into
will.
the case last
Thank
time.
you. So once again, 1825-23, 515 West Avenue, apartment 339. The rent from $26.60 a month to $28.79. We negotiated a new lease. The tenant agreed with the changes, and we're just waiting for the landlord to send the new lease. So this month, if you would vote to take no action, next month we'll probably vote to close it because there'll be a new lease in place. So if you would vote to take no action on 1825-23, it'd be appreciated. And Fran is on mute.
I move to take no action.
Thank you.
And I second.
Thank you.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion passes.
All right, I think. Did we do this one already? 1826-23, 106 Cedar Street, apartment
We did not.
203. Okay, they wanted the rent from 1638 to 1950. They've agreed to a 6-month lease. The tenant is out of the country and she has to come back to sign the new lease. But there will be a new lease in place for next month. So we would ask that you take no action at this time, and next month, hopefully we'll have a motion to vote to close the case. Once the tenant comes back from being overseas.
I move to take no action, or has that been moved?
Second.
Hello?
Thank you, Fran. Fran moved. Fran made the motion. Peter seconded. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Right, motion passes unanimously.
The next one is 1827-23, 15 West Main Street, apartment J-102. They were looking for an increase from 2,000 to 2,350. We were able to negotiate. The tenant agreed to a new lease. The new lease has been signed and the complaint form was withdrawn. We recommend that you close the case.
I move to close the case.
Thank you, Fran.
Second.
Second from Mr. Halliday. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion passes.
The next case is 1820-23, 289 Main Avenue, Unit 3. They're looking for a rent increase of from $1,200 to $1,575. In this case, the tenant moved out. and signed a withdrawal of the complaint form, we recommend that you close the case.
I motion to close the case.
Thank you, Ms. Constant.
Second.
Second from Peter Halliday. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Oh, we appear to have lost Fran. 6:45.
That's not good. We need her. Carlos, can you call Fran and ask her to get back on?
Yes.
Oh, I think she's joining again. There she is.
Okay, beautiful.
Hey, Fran, is this connection better? Fran, we just want to make sure you can hear us. Fran, can you hear us? You're on mute if you're speaking.
I can try to call her and put her on speakerphone so she can hear the meeting. She says she can't hear us when she tries to log in.
All right, if she joins on the phone, though, that should be okay. Fran, can you hear us that way?
My headphones on. 1 second. Sorry.
Yes, I'm here.
Great, and we can hear you. Excellent. Meeting is back in session at 6:48 p.m. All right, and I believe we had a motion and a second on 1829-23 to close the case.
Was it that one or was it the one?
No, it was
it one before?
1828. It was 1828. You're right.
Yeah, it's okay.
Thank you.
I think we had all the votes except we needed Fran's vote as well. Should we take another vote?
All in favor of closing case 1828-23?
Aye.
Carlos, can Fran hear us?
Fran, can you hear us?
I can hear through the phone.
We're taking a vote on 1828-23. What's your vote on that? The motion is to close the case.
Yay.
All right. It's unanimous.
Fran says yes.
Okay, the next case is 1829-23, 41 Wolf Pit Ave, part of 5K. I think we did this one already, but the rent was gonna be from 1995 to 2240. The tenant has signed a new lease and signed a withdrawal form of the complaint. We would recommend that you vote to close the case.
I moved to whatever.
Close the case?
Point of order. Do we need to have a vote to close the case if we've already voted to close this case?
I think you already have closed it. I thought we did it. I just wanted to make sure.
We
That's all.
closed 29, we took no action on 30, and we took no action on 31.
Beautiful, okay.
Okay, I'm on my computer. Carlos, you can hang up on me now.
All right, Fran.
Thank you, Fran. And I believe that's all the old cases. We finished them up, right?
Think so, yep.
We did it. All right. New cases.
New
Moving on to the
cases.
next agenda item.
Been a very exciting month. The first one is 1832-23, 1 Chestnut Place, apartment 318. The landlord wants to go from 651 to 1939 a month. The tenant obviously filed their complaint. We sent out all the notices and spoke to the landlord, left some message behind. This clearly falls into the jurisdiction of the Fair Rent Commission. We would recommend that you vote to hear the case.
You're on mute, Fran.
I move to hear the case.
Second.
Second is from Peter Halliday. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion passes unanimously.
The next case is 1833-23, 41 Wolf Pit Road, Unit 12H. The landlord would like an increase from 2231 to 2785 for 2-bedroom apartment. The complaint has been filed. We've notified everybody. We spoke to the landlord. We're starting to negotiate. We would recommend that you vote to hear this case, as it does fall within the jurisdiction of the Fair Rent Commission.
I move to hear case 1833-23.
Second.
We have a motion from Fran Collier Clemens. We have a second from Peter Halliday. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Lunice, I don't think I heard you.
Aye.
Thank you. Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion passes unanimously.
The next matter is 1834-23, 18 Ferris Avenue, Unit 7. The landlord wants to go from $1,000 a month to $1,450. It's a new owner.
We're on
They
Unit
filed the
1.
complaint. We've sent the notices out, spoken to their attorney. It clearly falls within the jurisdiction of the Fair Rent Commission, and would recommend that you vote to hear the case.
Russell, just to clarify, I think we're on Unit 1.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's the same landlord for all of these. It's basically all the same building, but okay. I'm sorry. 1834-23. They want to go from 1,000 to 1,450 a month. The complaint was filed. We started things going, started negotiating, and we recommend that you vote to hear this case.
I move to hear 1834-23.
Second.
Motion from Fran Collier Clemens, second from Peter Halliday. Any discussion?
So the new owner is unilaterally increasing everybody's rent.
Well, the new landlord, all the leases are up, and he's sending out notice of increase. So and people are filing their complaints. So that puts it squarely within your purview to review it as the Fair Rent Commission.
Okay.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstentions? All right, we are hearing case 1834-23.
Okay, the next one is 1835 2023. That's 18 Ferris Avenue, Unit 7. Once again, from 1,000 to 1,450 a month. We've done everything else. We would recommend that you hear the case.
I move that we hear case 1835-23.
I second.
The motion from Frank Collier Clemens, second from Lenise Constant. Any discussion?
There's no discussion really on this particular case. However, I just like to point out that unit is misspelled.
All three of them.
Yeah, you need to take the E off of it, because right, you got it unite 7 and unite 1.
I agree. Carlos will take that off.
All right, thank you.
All right, we have a motion to hear the case. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion passes.
The next matter is 1836-23, 18 Ferris Ave, Unit 10. Once again, from 1,000 to 1,450. Same landlord, same attorneys. Clearly within their purview. We would recommend that you vote to hear the case.
I move to hear case 1836-23.
You're a second?
Second.
Motion from Frank Collier Clemens, second from Peter Halliday. Any discussion?
Yeah, I would just like to comment that I lived at 18 Ferris Avenue for 28 years.
You currently live at Ferris Avenue.
I don't now, no. But I did for 28 years. 28 years I lived there.
Did you file a complaint?
Did I file a complaint? No, because it was under a different landlord.
There we go. That's the next question. Do you know the landlord? All right. Anyone?
No, I do not. No, I do not know the new landlord. No.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion passes unanimously. And I'm going to zip back to the agenda. Oh, I'm not going to zip back to the agenda. Hold on. So we move to old business. And Carlos, I'll let you speak to this.
The brunch.
I have the three complaint withdrawal forms for you all to see. But there's 3 cases that we closed today.
They're all at the bottom, right? Okay. Thank you.
Sure.
Okay. For the old business, Carlos, can you speak to the Fair and Commission brunch?
Sure. Well, the brunch went fairly well. The food was good. I'm glad I got to see some of the commissioners. It was unfortunate that many of you were not able to attend. Obviously, it's a difficult month. A lot of people taking time off, vacation right before school starts. Hopefully, planning will be a lot better for next year, and we're able to do it at the beginning of the summertime in June. The brunch was a great idea. I think that moving forward next year, we should be able to plan ahead better and try to. There was a slight hiccup with some commissioners not showing up and the city having to pick up the tab on it. So I think for next year, we're gonna have the commissioners and people attending pay in advance. So we know exactly the numbers that we're expecting and how much room we need to set aside and how much the tab will be. Like I said, the city ended up picking up most of the tab on it, but it was it was a learning experience. It was a good time, and if we are able to make it sort of an educational brunch or educational dinner where talking about or about the Fair Rent Commission and how it operates in Norwalk, then the city might be able to pick up the tab on it.
Well, we talked about that a little bit.
Okay. And obviously, I'm open to suggestions always. This was my first time.
Well, I just want to say that I thoroughly enjoyed the brunch. I had not been to that restaurant before. The environment, the atmosphere was just beautiful. The food was simply delicious. And I liked the fact that you could choose what you wanted to and you could eat as much of it as you wanted to. The staff, I thought, were good. And of course, the fellowship was wonderful. I just wish everybody had been there.
And I want to personally thank those of you who did attend, Peter and Fran and Brenda was there, and so it was wonderful to see Carlos, of course, was there. So it was great to see those of you who were able to
And
attend.
Carlos's little son and his wife and daughter and my husband and
Yeah, it was great to meet you and your family. So it was lovely to see everybody there. All right, we move on to new business. And Carlos, I believe this is yours, and then there's one more thing to add.
Yes, I still need the resumes for the current commissioners. I received the chair's resume, and I still need everyone else's. And also, anybody who wants to be reappointed, who wants to stay on the commission, and also any suggestions as to new appointees.
Carlos, Zulma Roundtree requested my resume, and I sent it to her yesterday.
Okay. Thank you,
Yeah.
Fran.
I spoke to her today. I
Yeah.
spoke to her today, and I'm going to City Hall on Monday, and because they said I was an alternate on the commission. That's news to me. So I'm going to resign as an alternate and be reappointed as a regular.
Yay!
Don't resign
So I'm
until you're
going-
reappointed. We need you.
Right. Yeah, I know.
Well, at this
No,
point, I don't think there'll be a
I'm going.
problem with
Yeah,
appointing.
I'm going Monday, and they've already got my resume, so I'm just going to go to. I got to sign a letter of resignation as an alternate, and then they'll, yeah. But I didn't know I was an alternate. I thought I was a regular, but that's okay.
There is, for the purpose of the Fair Rent Commission, there is very little difference between the alternates and the regulars. If
Oh, okay.
there is a hearing and all the regulars show up, then the regulars are the only votes that actually can count in the hearing. But and then if one regular doesn't show up, then an alternate vote can count, and so on until all are used up.
Okay.
But in
Okay.
terms of our regular meetings, alternates can participate just as the regulars can.
Right. Okay. Yep. All right.
There is one other piece of new business I would like to discuss, and that is the nominations for chair and vice chair. We typically have those nominations and elections in October. And so we typically would appoint a nominating committee in September. And it is the chair's prerogative to appoint a nominating committee. I would like to appoint Fran Collier Clemens as the chair of the nominating committee. And then Fran looks at me with big bold eyes. Yes, Fran, you've done this before. You know how it works.
Yes, I know how it works, John.
I would like to appoint Brenda Penn Leams to the nominating committee. And I would like to, Lenice, would you be willing to join the nominating committee as well?
Absolutely.
I would like to appoint.
Okay,
Lenice
I need
the
to get
nominating-
Lenice's telephone number.
It's right there on the screen.
Well, I can't see.
I can send that over to you, Fran.
Please,
Carlos,
please,
send that to
thank
me.
you. I'm having difficulty.
All right. And with that taken care of, we would request that the nominating committee meet sometime during this month and prepare a slate for nominations for our next meeting, which is currently scheduled for October, I want to say 4th is their next scheduled meeting.
Is it appropriate for me right now to request from Carlos the attendance records for the past year?
It is appropriate, yes.
Could you get that information to me, please, Carlos? Because we
Yes.
need it in making nominations.
Your friend. And with that, does anyone else have any new business? And I will take a motion.
I
Motion to
move to
adjourn.
adjourn. Second.
Second.
I got Peter with the motion. I got Fran with the second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Excellent. Thank you, everybody. Really appreciate your patience.
Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful month. Stay cool. Be careful out there.
All right, thank you.
Bye now.
Bye.
Good evening, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Russell,
Yeah, I'm staying. Well, John wanted to talk to us, right?
yes,
Did he go?
yes, but I could get him back on.
Why don't we get him back on? That was good. That was good. Good board. Nice board. Very nice board.
This printer, like sometimes I print documents and it's double-sided.
No, because yeah, your default setting is the two-sided. You have to change your default setting.
Yeah, I know. And sometimes I remember, but today I was running around.
I know. We were
I
very
just-
busy today, Carlos. You were very busy with that hearing and everything else. I get it. Trust me.
Let me see if I could get him back on.
Or if he doesn't pick back up, we just have a regular telephone call with him. That's fine too.
Yeah, it's Carlos. Russell and I stay logged on the webinar. Do you want to try to log into the webinar or you want to do it via phone?
I can log back into the webinar if that's what you'd like.
Just so we could all see each other and you could talk to us.
Either way is fine, whatever he wants.
No, I'll log back in right now.
Okay, thank you. I gotta go home, finish packing.
You should be packed already.
I should be, but I'm not.
Ugh. You will be.
But
You don't need that
yes,
much,
I worked a lot this weekend and then this week.
I'm sure. There he is, a smiling face, but he's on mute.
But we want to stop recording.
Yep, correct. We're not gonna say anything that no one can hear anyway, so it's